Hello everybody, Sifd again with another Vampire Survivors run, and today we got a beta branch patch. So we got one new character, one new evolution weapon, and one new stage. So really nice and dandy. Now for you to unlock the character, you have to get Pentagram to level 7, and the character is Christine, and she starts with a Pentagram. And because the Pentagram is not a good starting weapon, she also starts with one extra level just to get a random weapon in the beginning of the run. I mean, fair enough. But the main part here of this character is not this, neither this. The main part is that she also has some starting passives. If you see over to Imelda and Arca, both of them have the basic stats here at the top left. Well, Christine starts with less health, more movement speed, but the most important one, 25% more cooldown. If we go over to Arca, we see that he gets up to 15% less cooldown. Well, Christine starts right away with minus 25, so that is really powerful, especially if you're gonna do an Pentagram build. Now, before you say Pentagram is trash, well, the Legendary is for Pentagram, and the thing is that it's insanely powerful. You need to have the crown to get it, but it's like very powerful as it generates extra gems, as it says, and then gathers all of them. Gathers all of them means that you get a free vacuum effect every time this thing triggers, which is like once every 30 seconds, maybe once every minute, but it's like insane, and it also kills like the whole screen and no longer removes anything. So you don't even need to go into luck to have a chance to not lose the items. Go just move straight up, make sure you no longer lose anything. Now, for the run itself, we're gonna go with obviously the cooldown book. Actually, you know what? We're just gonna go with whatever happens. Let's just go with it, and we're gonna decide on the run. So let's go into Christine. But before we do that, let's also showcase the new stage with the Red Death real quick. The stage is this one. As it said, it's a bonus stage. This thing here exists just so that you can gather money and coins and whatever, and unlockables, you know, anything that says that you need to get specific levels on characters or specific things to happen. This is for that. For you to unlock this, you have to unlock 3 hyper stages, so you should already be pretty farmed up to be able to have access to this thing. And what this thing is, it's like a joke stage. These are the enemies. You won't find any other enemies other than, you know, these, like plants. It's plants. It's always plants, and they don't move, they don't shoot, they don't do anything. You can literally stay in a place and not do anything, or you can just run around and just have your funny time, and in general there is literally nothing happening in the stage. The only downside here is that you do not fight elites, so you will not find a chest. As far as I know, you get like a chest at the 10-minute mark, because when I tried this, I got like a chest when the tower hit 10. It just appeared on top of me, like boop. It was just like doop right here. So I picked it up. But other than that, there isn't anything to see here. As you see on the map, you can't even show anything. There isn't any item, there isn't anything in that map. But you can farm for free and just unlock things or gain money for your power-ups, etc, etc. I get this. I mean, I can reset to get this, but honestly, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't care about that right now. Oh, Sifd is playing with 40%. Yeah, you know what? Let me actually pause and get this real quick. Back. Ta-da! Done. No, he cheated. No, I just bought them with different order, because that's still a thing in this game. Anyway, yeah, let's go to the new character, Christine. As I said, insane cooldown reduction. Definitely more powerful than Imelda and Arca. And the low life is really bad, but she gets movement speed, so it's something. So let's get into this and hope we're gonna get the run. For this specific evolution, we will need to have... what is it called? Crown. We will need to have the crown. And let's go to the library, as it is the most relaxed game anyway. So she starts with a weapon right away. I would say we go with whip. Let's try to get a cooldown build going, and anything that has to do with cooldown and being good with cooldown, we're gonna go for it. Let's go with whip. I'm gonna be running towards the bottom right, as what is it called? The pentagram is about to pop, and it's gonna destroy that XP over there at the top left. So let's whip and run. Okay, got it. So we saved our XP over there. Let's pick it up. Here I would obviously like to get something like the mana book or something. I would like to get things that are actually, first of all, good with throwing. Let's go with the cross. Let's go with the cross, as cross does level up. So I think it would be a good idea to go with the cross. And when I say level up, I mean it levels up with the clover, which I'm also gonna go for. So let's go with clover too, because why not? I'd like to also get the book of mana, as we will most likely pick up the difficulty scaling. So here we get a tractor, which I would like to avoid, because I don't need it. We will have the global gathering later. King Bible, we could go for King Bible for more duration, but I'm also not sure about that. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a reroll here. Really early reroll, and this is really mediocre at best, but let's go, I guess, with Rune Tracer, which is always a decent choice. I don't want to reroll again. These two literally exist on the stage, so this is like a really bad one. I got a second skip here. Let's go with Rune Tracer. Rune Tracer cares about cooldown, I think. Whoops. Something that I was doing happened. Give me a pause here. I'm gonna pause here for a moment because I have some sound effects open. Okay, I'm back. I closed the culprit of sound effects. Really hate it when... let's see what we go first of all. Do I want to go with Candelabrador? Do I need more range? I think I want to go with Candelabrador just for the whip. What are my weapons gonna be? First of all, I think I'm gonna go with the mana thing. And I'm also gonna go with something else. So we're gonna get mana. Now here from the bottom, we're gonna go Curse. We're gonna go more projectiles, Candelabrador, Heart. First of all, I need the heart for this. And I also need the crown for this. So we're really quickly closing in. Wait a minute. If I go Curse, Crown, Heart, more projectile. Why would I go more projectiles? AoE. I don't know. You know what? For now, let's actually not go for Candelabrador. Okay? For now, let's just go with level up the pentagram as much as possible. I want to level up the pentagram fast so that it gets the 65% chance to not destroy other items. And then with the luck we have, maybe we can get it even better. Let's go with Cross. I would like to get more projectiles just to help out the Cross and also help out the whip. But they were not really needed. Like, it's not a thing that is 100% needed. By the way, as you see, I have removed the damage numbers. We found the crown, we picked up the crown. I've removed the damage numbers completely. I think they lag the game out. Let me also close, like, all my applications, like my browsers, etc. That's already happened, so we don't lag, because I think the game is a smidge laggy. Let's continue with Pentagram, 25% here, we're gonna lose everything, because the moment you level up Pentagram, you always lose everything. As always. I mean, maybe if I get the 65% chance to not lose things upgrade, then it's not gonna stop happening. But for now, it's really important to really quickly get the Pentagram leveled up, so I get the luck going. Let's go with Clover, I would say. Let's go with Clover. Why not? Let's go with Clover. Although I'm not sure if... Actually, being sure has nothing to do with it. The Clover is not a good choice in general, as it doesn't really add anything. Pentagram, Wings, Pichon, and Song of Mana. We're gonna go with Song of Mana. Now we got this instant thing that appears and disappears. It's helpful though, it's helpful, it's helpful. It doesn't have any duration, that's why it disappears and disappears. Let's go with Pentagram here, it's gonna pop and just remove everything from the map. Yep. Gotta love that, man, gotta love that. But it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. All the downside that the Pentagram has is alleviated by the fact that it got the Legendary now. I think it's the best Legendary at this point. Like, I think it's by far the best Legendary, bar none. You're gonna see. When the time comes, you're gonna see. Let's go Crown. I think my last weapon... For my last weapon, I would like to have... Garlic, no, I'm kidding. What should my last weapon be, though? I could go for Duplicator, Let's go with Pentagram 45 to not delete. Nope, it's still deleting everything. I think I might have even lost an elite there. No, I'm wrong about that. Like, the first elite on this area is the Skeleton Dudes. So we haven't gotten to that part yet. What should my last weapon be? What should my last weapon be? I don't know, I could go for Lightning Ring. Let's go for Mana. So if I go Lightning Ring, I could go for more projectiles. Do I want to go for more projectiles? I mean, it's gonna help the... It's gonna help the whip. Pentagram doesn't really get anything from anything. Let's go Pentagram, it's gonna delete these most likely, but it is what it is. Yep. Gotta love it, man, gotta love it. But once again, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that Pentagram does not delete a chest or an elite. As long as that doesn't happen, we are good to go, man. You're gonna see. You're all gonna see. Best Pentagram in the world. Once again, not sure what I should go for. I could go for... Let's go whip here. I could go for electricity. Like the ring. Try to get rid of the mummy before the pentagram hits. Because if the pentagram hits the mummy, it's over. Don't hit. A pentagram. Okay, 65% to not delete anything. You know what? I'm not willing to take this gamble. Let's go with just straight up the whip. I want to try to get the chest, if possible. I want to make the chest up here, and then I'm gonna run away. Once again, I have been... That was lucky. I can roll the luck again. Roll the luck again. Haha, twice out of twice. 2 out of 2. Was there something I needed? I don't think so. So I'm thinking about going for the... Yeah, I'm really thinking about going for the lightning ring. Let's get the cooldown going. Okay, now I'm gonna go and get the chest in case we found the legendary already. Didn't find the legendary already, although I have the crown. I still don't know which chests have a chance to give you legendaries and which don't. But who am I to know? Who am I? Am I the person playing? You know what? I'm thinking... I have decided. I'm gonna go with more projectiles. Although I already had found the item and didn't pick it up. I'm gonna go with more projectiles and lightning ring. So we have like a bunch of lightning strikes happening all the time at the end. I'm gonna go with spinach too. I definitely need spinach actually. Like spinach is one of the things that has to happen no matter what. And then I guess... So I would say ring, spinach... difficulty scaling... Heart. Yeah, ring, spinach, difficulty scaling, heart. Those are the 4 items we're chasing now. I obviously need the heart for the whip. So, Candelabrador is out the window, obviously. Because, I just said, ring, difficulty scaling. I mean, ring goes only if I pick up the lightning ring. I could just pick up Laurel and be done with this. Yeah, let's just pick up Laurel, forget the ring, go for Candelabrador so the other things have like more AoE and are more powerful. Yeah, let's go with this. Change of plans. Also makes the mana thing better. So we're not gonna go with ring, we're just gonna go with Candelabrador. Now you need spinach, obviously. We found the difficulty, we're gonna go with it. If you find something that the build wants, you go with it. Let's run around. A few pauses here in this video today, right? Am I right or what? What can I do? I mean, I could edit all of this out instead of being wait a minute and then pausing and unpausing and pausing and unpausing. But like the whole aspect of editing and doing that like that adds a bit of stress, and the main problem is not the editing itself. Like I found a person that we are, you know, slowly trying to do like you know, collaboration with editing and stuff. Let's go spinach. But the main problem is I don't have a good internet connection. It's as simple as that. If you don't have a good internet connection, not everything is good for you. And we did not get the legendary. The reason why the not good internet connection is important is because if this video is like 5 giga, how do you think I'm gonna send it over to the editor? So that's the reason why I'm trying to avoid editing and just pausing and unpausing when needed. I don't think anybody ever cared about that. As far as I know, you people, the audience, doesn't mind me pausing and unpausing. I think it even adds to the reality of the thing, right? Like I'm a person and I'm actually playing in real life. Because it always feels, I guess, a bit fake when things just randomly work out. We're gonna go Rune Tracer here. And I really hope we're gonna go Crown. Can we get the last 2 items, please? Not Laurel again. I mean, the reason I want to pick up Laurel is because the way this character is gonna get played in a moment, which is we hope for the cooldown to hit and then survive, needs Laurel. As if I'm gonna get in the rough spot and I don't have anything ready, we're gonna get toasted. And now magnetism and a flame, which is really good right now. Let's go with a whip. Let's increase difficulty at the very end. Of course we got the flame the moment the bad enemies appeared. Yeah, let's go to the left. That's from here on out. But they seem to fix this. They seem to have fixed this. I definitely remember a lot less opponents appearing here. And now we get like 5 or 6. Yep, they seem to have fixed this. 5 or 6 on the left, on the right. 5 or 6 on the right too. Yeah, they actually did fix this. Insane. Insane. I love it. I didn't read this anywhere in any patch notes. I actually have the guide open so I don't have to always look to the guide. Right. Let's continue. Yeah, seems like I didn't read it on the patch notes, but they did actually make it so that now even going to the left in the library seems to be valuable. Because previously the right side always has more things than the left side. Can I please pick up my... What did I say I want to get? Why is my memory so bad all the time? Need to do some mind gymnastics. The weapon I definitely remember that I wanted Laurel, but the item, I have no memory. I have no memory of this place. I guess I'm not gonna pick up anything until I find the one thing I mentioned that I wanted to pick up, and then I'm gonna just remember it. Was it more projectiles? Why? Oh man, oh man. Let's continue. Oh, it's a hollow heart. I found it. I remember it. I remember it. Hollow heart is what I want because of the super whip. Let's continue going around. By the way, this 25% cooldown reduction that this character starts with is gonna pay off really quickly in a moment. When I get my hollow heart, you're gonna see. And it's also insanely powerful how this works out. Hollow heart found. Very nice. Boop. Done. Okay, now I can pick up this. Let's get, and let's start continue going to the right so we can skip a level. Nice, we got a kill there. We're very close to the 10-minute mark, which is the golden number that we're waiting for. Because then we're gonna definitely get the legendary. As far as I know, you don't get the legendaries on this map. Maybe it depends on the map if you can get legendaries before the 10-minute mark. I'm like 90% sure it does not. I hope the dog is not audible right now, because if it is, I need to go over there and get them out. Laurel, done. We got everything. The build is ready. Mom spaghetti. Okay, I'm sorry. People have done this joke like a million times. Let's continue going towards the right all the time. We got an assassination. The item appeared on the ground. Most likely not gonna be the legendary garlic. Not garlic, the legendary. Wow, at the moment I was about to pick it up. Go whip, pick this up. Let's go towards the right. All this XP is gonna come to us at some point, so it doesn't really matter. As the new legendary is so insane that it even picks up globally XP. Nope, still no legendaries. I mean, evolutions, as the game says. So we're gonna now start going towards the right until we go to the mask. Let's go for, I guess, Rune Tracer. Let's get more damage going. Man, I'm ready to see Rune Tracer legendary. It's gonna be the most busted thing, I'm pretty sure. This looks like more opponents, right? Doesn't the left side look like they have more opponents? You have more people going for you. This is actually a good chance to not run towards the right all the time and actually try to pick up a bunch of XP before the 10-minute mark. This specific number here, between 8 and 10 minutes, when like infinite skeletons and ghosts appear, this is the best time to level up a bunch. Trying to avoid level 8s so that I get my level 8 first. My beloved Pentagram. I really like how... I really like with this game how Garlic was complete trash, and now that it got the legendary, it's something. And now Pentagram, that was even more trash than the Garlic, is now insane. You guys cannot even realize how insane it's gonna be when an elite appears here in a moment. When an elite appears here in the moment. Still trying to avoid all the level 8s. As I do want to get the Garlic, not Garlic, the Pentagram first. Still avoiding. Look how much XP we're gaining, man. Nice, Pentagram assassination. Let's go with Skull. Let's go with AoE. More opponents. Here's the elite. Here you are. My carry. You. Give it to me. Give me the insanity. Everybody's waiting for this. You're stun locked, man. You can... Nah, here it is. Boom. Here it is. Gorgeous Moon. Evolves Pentagram, generates extra gems, and gathers all of them. Look at this. First of all, it does like a boop, boop. It goes off with a timer. You see this like boop, boop, boop. These timers kill opponents. As you see, they're dropping like yellow and purple gems. And now when it's gonna trigger in a moment, boom, explodes, pulls everything in. Insanely awesome. Everything, it's global, by the way. Let's, yeah, let's just level up a bunch. Boom. Here, get our level ups. Whatever. And it even happens very often. Let me prove to you that it's global, by the way. Let's leave that XP back there. You see this, like, this XP area? This is a lot of XP, right? Let's go over to the right. I think this is far enough to prove if it is global. And now it's already started triggering. I also like the fact that before it triggers, it does like some free assassinations, like kill, 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 kill. Every single bunch of these does a kill. And now the pull is gonna happen. First of all, you're gonna see in a moment XP is gonna come from nowhere. I guess not. Let's see, am I wrong about this? No, you see? No XP here. No XP here. Where has this XP gone? We picked it up. We picked it up, that's where it has gone. We picked all that XP up. I'm telling you, this is global. I mean, if it isn't global, then I don't know what to say. But my test runs prove that it's global anyway. I mean, if I stay here and we see XP getting gathered from off screen, which are we? I don't know, man. In my mind, it's global, and I'm always gonna say it's global. Okay. If it's not global, then come in this comment section and just tell me about it. Yo, Sifd, you're wrong. It's not global. It just looks like it. But as far as I know, you can just run towards whatever you want to, and then it starts doing this thing like poof, 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 poof. I love the animation is awesome, by the way. And if you see around us, we have like a little moon, and then it even does this double animation. Let's go with cooldown. Now my cooldown is insane. If you see, the whip is already infinite. I'm not sure if it's visible, but the whip never stops attacking at all. And when we're gonna get here a legendary in a moment, you're gonna see that the super whip is gonna attack even more often and also gonna be pretty much infinite. Oh, I see an item here. Din din din, which is gonna be the super mana book. Okay, this is huge now, obviously. And as you see, it's cooling down extremely fast. Explosion. Pick up all the XP. I don't know what yellow and purple gems actually represent, you know, as how much mana they mean. When I say mana, I mean XP. I don't know how much XP yellow and pink, or whatever the other color is, represent, but it is what it is. Anyway, and at this point we have pretty much won. As you see, I'm just constantly running towards the right and nothing is really happening. And I don't think nothing will happen anyway. The most important part here is that, do you see how often this thing triggers? It's about to trigger again, boom. This is insane. Like, the cooldown is almost non-existent. You don't need to have magnetism at all. It one-shots the whole screen, and the best part is, it gives you like 1,000,000 XP for it. It doesn't only one-shot the whole screen, it also gives you like instantly 3 or 4 levels. And later it gives you even more levels. Like, in a moment when a lot more opponents are gonna appear, popping all of them at the same moment is gonna give you so much XP. Let's see what we get. Super Whip. Yep, Super Whip. Very nice. Now this is obviously gonna last forever. As you see, the Super Whip already has started going left and right. I'm gonna wait here for the pop to happen. And then we're gonna get like 4 levels. Look at this. Whoop. I lied. We got 1. We got 2. We got 3. We got 3 level. I did actually lie, but my lie was very close to reality. And imagine at the end even, where you get super duper surrounded and all of the opponents drop like red XP. They all die in one pop and you don't need to run around to pick it up. It just pops and you get everything instantly. It's insane. It's insane. I love this new weapon. I love that they added this. And I really enjoy how they add insane weapons in this game all the time. Instead of just being like, yo, no, game is broken. Everybody's beating it all the time. Nobody can actually win. No, nobody can actually lose. No, I like how they made it. Level. Got 3 levels. Every time it pops, you get 3 levels. The high score screen is over. Like, everybody was trying to get high scores and get to the leaderboards and whatnot. I saw like a YouTuber who, as far as I know, does mostly Vampire content, Vampire Survivors content, and he was doing like a run for high scores. Well, no matter if he succeeded or not, because I didn't stay for the live stream forever. Yeah, it's over, man. From here on out, Pentagram is the main thing you have to have in your build to be able to compete, as far as I know. Because look at this, every time this ends, you get like 3 levels. Every time it pops, you get 3 levels. So if your super build, like the last patch, was, I don't know, 150 level, 200 level, well, with the new Pentagram now, it's gonna be like 230 or 240, because it alone is gonna trigger like 10 or 15 times and gonna give you like 3D levels on its own. It's ready to pop. It's ready to pop. And you know what? Honestly speaking, I think my build isn't even that well made. Like, let's be honest here. I think you should not have more AoE. In general, I think you should have like a very close-up control of what you're killing. With, I don't know, books and garlics and stuff. Don't kill most of the things on the run or on the board other than when you run towards them. And then whenever the pentagram pops, you just let everything come around you, like try to attack you. And at that moment, if it pops and the whole screen is filled with opponents, oh, you're gonna get a bunch of currency. Or currency XP, whatever you wanna call it. My wording, by the way, is completely off. You don't really need to heed. Try to understand what I say, what I mean, not what I say. Don't listen to the words I put out, just listen to the meaning of the words that I put out. No logic there. Anyway, so I looked into discussion ideas over at my Discord. If you're not in the Discord, you can join if you want. Links in the description. And yeah, one of the questions was, what did I want to become when I was a kid? Level, level, level. We got 3 levels again, as always. Good question. An astronaut. I actually did want to become an astronaut, and I still want to go to space, by the way. Like, I really want to go to space just for the sole reason that I want to see how it is to have 0 gravity. But like, that was my main plan in the beginning. I wanted to become an astronaut because the idea of 0 gravity excites me. At this point, I cannot become an astronaut. Like, at some point I realized that, yo bro, you have this chromatopsy, you can literally not become an astronaut, you have to be perfect to do that. Although I'm not exactly sure if that is true or not, but I'm pretty sure it is. Or at least if you want to go for a job, right? Now, they obviously have this new system where if you're pretty much rich, you can also go to space, because, yeah, you're rich pretty much. Which, it would be nice if I would be rich, but I'm not rich, so that dream also pretty much dead. And I'm just hoping for the I don't know, the year where traveling to space costs something like, I don't know, 5,000? 2,000? I mean, it's still a lot of money, not that I'm rich or anything, but for example, if it costs 5,000, you can at least gather the money and go one time in your life. While if it costs like 50,000 or 100,000 or 200,000, I don't know what the number is right now, you obviously cannot go there. Even if you gather the money, it's gonna destroy you economically. Even if you can gather like 200,000, I would never throw that much money into just going somewhere. So yeah, that dream is pretty much dead. Maybe in the future. By the way, we're still gaining like 2 levels or 3 whenever we kill everything. So yeah, but somebody, it's either somebody told me or I somewhere read that there are 0 gravity rooms or 0 gravity something. So maybe I could do that? I don't know. I don't know. What's your opinion on this, by the way? Like, maybe space itself doesn't excite you as a concept, but would you like to see or feel how it would be to have no gravity? You know, obviously, if it's associated with getting dizzy and whatnot, like in my example, it is not, okay? In my magical dream world, in my mind, it's not dizzy-inducing, or it's not like, it doesn't have any negativity associated with it. Obviously, I might be unlucky and my stomach might not be able to handle being in space, but I might not even go to space like ever in my life. But yeah, what's your opinion on this? Like, do you have like things like this, feelings in the world that you would like to see how they are? I guess other feelings like this would be skydiving, which is also something I would like to do. I would like to skydive to see what the feeling of being in the air and falling like forever is. I would like to do like the awesome skydiving, which is you alone without the teacher behind you getting, you know, getting strapped on the teacher or whatever the normal one is. I would like to somehow go to the other, just be a skydiver on my own. Although as far as I know, this is also something expensive and you have to go like to 1 billion classes to be allowed to do this. So yeah, another thing that people, as far as I know, like is diving. That would also be something that could be fun. Diving and being on your own in the ocean. It's you and yourself. Although diving is like the only thing I don't really, doesn't intrigue me, because for some reason in my mind diving is associated with something dangerous, because I don't know, all these movies of people going too fast out of the water and then getting fizzled and stuff like that, or the things that are down there. In comparison with the space or skydiving, where pretty much nothing exists and you just have to pull the just pull the, what is it called, the parachute, and that's it. I mean, obviously it's dangerous because, you know, something might happen, but in general it's just, I think it's like 1 point of failure. It's called something like that, right? When it's pretty much, it's either gonna work or not, while in the meantime in diving it's not really that. Something might go wrong in general. I'm okay with, you know, if something's gonna go wrong, it's gonna be this one thing, then something might go wrong in general, and it might be either random animals might appear there, or maybe if you don't do this correctly, or maybe if they get, like, your oxygen runs out. It's like a million things that can happen. Same goes with space, by the way, but I think with space I'm okay with risking everything for the feeling of being at 0 gravity. Although if there does exist a 0 gravity room I would like to go to. Does that exist? I should look it up after I do this video. Anyway, and then I'm gonna upload like a community post. Yo guys, I found it. There is a zero gravity room, and everybody who didn't watch this video is gonna be like, what is he talking about? By the way, I wanna talk here about the game for just a moment. Do you realize that I have an infinite attacking? First of all, the elites died to one of the pops of the moon thing. You know, the assassination pops that happen, these little dusties. Yeah, that's like insane. You know what? The moment this is gonna happen again, I'm gonna activate damage numbers, because I want to see, does this do like 999 damage every time it dusts somebody? Like a small Thanos snap. It's like a poof, 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 and then it explodes. I'm waiting here for the cooldown to retrigger. I haven't lost my mouse completely, by the way, with the madness that's happening over here. Okay, it has appeared. Let's go into options and see damage numbers. Now it's gonna be very hazy for you. I think it's 600. Can I see? It seems to be 685. Yeah, it seems to be 600 plus. So every little dust does 600 damage. Okay, I was assuming that it did 9999, but no, it does actually 600 something, which is almost an insta-kill on everything. But still, it is not super lethal. But I think it pops like to whoever is closest to you, so as long as I'm close to an elite, it will get destroyed. Let's continue running around. So if I now go to the left, am I gonna find all that XP there? I'm pretty sure I'm not. Level up, level up. Let's see. Is there gonna be XP in front of us? Somewhere here. No. I think I have proven that it gathers everything. At this point, I think I have proven that it gathers everything. If anything, I just don't do enough damage. You know, if anything, that's the main problem here. I don't do enough damage. Makes sense, like this character doesn't do enough damage. So maybe it's not gonna be the MVP carry or whatever. But still, it's just a cooldown character. So you can still do the same thing with other characters too, right? You can even do this with a 15% cooldown character. Last level here, boom, up, nice. That one. As you see, I'm at 120 levels. So, yeah, we're gonna get like another 30 levels or something. Man. Yeah, that's it for that. By the way, I'm like living with my parents because that's how we do here in Greece. If you have like a big house and you're building the house up to have a second roof and stuff, you know, that's how it goes. It's not always going away from the house. Sometimes it's just building up the house and having one of your own. But what I want to say here is we also have the dog, and I'm hearing it in the background barking. And there is like a dissonance between training the dog and not training the dog. Like, my father is the classic person that's like, oh, the dog is so sweet, and oh, did they do anything negative to you? Like, did they shout to you? And my mother's like, stop barking, stop doing that, stop doing this. And the dog like never learns, because when my mother is doing like the downside, not the downside, when my mother is trying to train the dog by telling it to not bark or to eat in a specific spot in the house, or I don't know, in general to do negative things. It's not negative that the dog barks. It's negative when you're trying to eat and the dog is literally next to you and it's like barking all the time. Do you know why it's barking all the time? Because when my mother is over there saying stop barking, stop barking, stop barking, well, my father comes along and is like, did they shout to you? What is it? What is it, Marana? Is everything good? And then he gives her like a treat, and then the dog literally learns that, okay, when mother shouts at me, then I have to bark even more so that father gives me a treat. So like the dissonance of training the dog is it's insane to me. Like it's so stupid. I mean, I really like dogs and stuff, but I think you should try to have them at least a bit trained, because first of all, they become obviously, depending on how much you love the dog or not, you can do whatever you want, and everybody has his own dog and can handle him however he wants. But in my opinion, training the dog is not something negative. Like, teaching the dog to do specific things does not make the dog hate you. Like, for some reason, people, not everybody, right? So for some reason, some people think that that it's as if you're making a robot out of it, or as if you're you know, making the dog do what you want and not what it wants, and stupid opinions like this. I don't think that's even not remotely close to the truth, because as far as I understand, when you train the dog, to do something, and when you train the dog to, you know when to eat, know how to eat, not bark all the time, when you train the dog doing these things, the dog doesn't think like, oh, now I can't bark, oh, now they're shouting at me. Actually, you know, you should not shout at your dogs, but I mean, oh, now they don't allow me to bark, or oh, now instead of eating with my owners, I'm eating on my own. Oh, I feel bad. No, the dog does not work like that. As far as I know, the dog is happy when you're happy. And when it's trained and knows that over there is where you eat at these times, or you should not bark, otherwise we're gonna put you out of the house. Like, when the dog learns these things, it's just its life, you know? It's like we learn walking, right? When a baby is like 5, or not 5, when a baby is like 1, and it learns that it should not do some things, do you think the baby's like, oh, they don't allow me to do this? No, it just learns how it is. And if the example with the baby isn't good enough, well, for dogs it is actually true. So, by the way, this guy doesn't even die from the explosion. In general, this build isn't good, by the way. This build is not good at all, but we're not gonna get one-shot, by the way, because we have the whips that heal us a bunch. So, yeah. At least that's my opinion, and as far as I know from all the training and stuff I've seen and all the videos about dogs and stuff, because I've seen a bunch of videos when I tried to train the dog normally until I decided that there is no hope because my father is always, you know, pandering to whatever the dog wants, although that doesn't even make sense as he himself have trained it. And by the way, for proof of the matter that I'm saying to you right now about training the dog and stuff, I think you understand if the dog is happy or not if it wiggles its tail. At least that's what I have been told. Now that obviously might be wrong because I'm not like an expert on this or anything, but as far as I know, that's the truth. Now, the madness of the whole thing is that, by the way, I hope you guys are not bored from this whole story, is that our kitchen is literally next to our living room, which has in between there the dining table. So it's kitchen, dining table, living room. But all these have like a distance of, I don't know, 5 meters, which would be, I don't know, 3 feet? Like, I have no idea between the numbers what is what. But let's assume it takes you 3 seconds to go from the one place to, not 3, like 1.5 seconds to go from the one place to the other, okay? It's like 3 steps. If you are in the kitchen while you're eating, okay, the dog will sit next to you with the, like, sitting, it sits. It isn't like on the ground, or it sits, like, it puts its tail on the ground and the front side is, you know, it's as if it's waiting for something to happen, you know? And it wiggles its tail because it has learned from my mother that it has to sit and wait if it wants to eat in the kitchen, because my mother is most of the time in the kitchen, you know? And she trained it because she got tired of all the time hearing barks when she was cooking or whatever. So she trained the dog that if you smell something in the kitchen and somebody's in the kitchen and either eats in the kitchen or does something in the kitchen, you have to sit there and wait until you get food. And that is actually still true up to this date. But if you take your food, like, you can eat in the kitchen, this will happen. But if you take your food from the kitchen, you just literally transfer yourself from the kitchen over to the dining table, the dog will start barking to you. Like, all the time. The moment you sit to the dining table, the dog starts barking all the time until it eats. Because my father eats at the dining table. And whenever my mother tried to train it, my father was right there next to her being like, oh, did they shout to you? Oh, did they... Did they say something about you? Did they say to stop barking? Ooh. And yeah, obviously the dog learned how to eat, and then obviously he always gave her a treat because he loves her. So yeah, and then if you go over to the what is it called? The living room, then the dog doesn't bark. It just looks at you again. I don't know why, because I guess because my father and my mother, like, nobody eats in the living room, so I guess because nobody eats over there, the dog never ever learned to bark to you. So literally, if you go right now in my dining table, the dog will bark to you, while if you're in the living room, it doesn't bark to you. No matter if you eat or not, it doesn't matter. Like, it's just where you are sitting at that moment of time. It's so surreal, man. That just goes to show that the dog does not have a will of its own, quote unquote, that has to do with when to eat and how to eat. It just knows what you have taught it. It doesn't matter if you believe that, oh, if I don't give the dog food, then it's gonna be sad and whatnot. No. It's just what you have taught the dog. Let's continue going around. Look at this. We are at level 144 here, and that was my whole analysis about the dog thing. I just wanted to put it out there. Because, I don't know, I have told this story, by the way, to a bunch of my friends, like, at this point, everybody knows, now that I have said it in my channel, like, everybody knows about the dog thing, but it always is so surreal, man. You literally take 2 steps to a direction, and because there is, like, I don't know, a difference on the ground, there isn't even a difference in the ground, like, everything is marble, not marble, it's, what are the tiles called that are, like, squares? I don't remember. Anyway, like, there is no difference on the ground. There is no difference whatsoever. There is only, like, a small part where you realize that, okay, now I'm in the kitchen. So, nothing makes sense. Nothing. Let's see how much XP we're gonna gain here from the super moon. By the way, we're ready to get off. Moon, are we gonna get, like, 10 levels? No. I think I'm gonna get 6 levels. That's my gamble here. 6 levels, let's go. Explosion, 6 levels. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5? It's gonna be 5. 6! Ooh, 7! 7! Nice. Am I gonna get another moon before we die from the Grim Reaper? That's the big question here. By the way, as you see, we do almost no damage. We have plus 35 might. How did we get plus 35? I was at minus 15. This thing gives you, like... Does this... What? I was minus 15 and now I'm at plus 35. So does this give 60% might? Anyway, it doesn't really matter that much. How much life do I have? 166. I won't even get one shot. Well, the Reaper will one shot us, but still. Look at this, we're not doing anything. We get like a few pops here and there just from the thing. But here, theoretically, we should get now 7 levels, right? Let's see. Whoop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. So this alone, the fact alone that there is one item that on its own gives you just 6 levels, like every time it pops. So in the beginning it gives you like 3, 3, 3, then 4, 5 once in a while, and then 6. It's insane. The fact that this weapon exists is insane, man, for the high scores for everything. I got to level 162 without even trying. And I remember the high scores are something like 180, 200. So imagine having this and trying for a high score run. It's gonna give you like plus 20 or 30 levels up to the high score. So if you want to get high scores in this game, right now would be the chance to do that. Although I'm pretty sure people that are playing this game and trying to get high scores already are doing them anyway. So I'm not sure if you can get to the leaderboard yet. By the way, Gorgeous Moon, 10,000 DPS. The best item we had yet, ever. And I don't think this will... I mean, it would change a bit if I had better items, but I did have the Rune Tracer, which is one of the better items. On the other hand, though, I didn't have items that helped the Rune Tracer that much. Like, I had the Heart, which doesn't help it. I had the XP, which doesn't help it. And I had... I don't know, I guess these are the two that mostly I would not have had if I go for Rune Tracer build. Instead of having Heart and XP, I would go with one more projectile and also the speed. No, speed and duration, actually. Speed and duration. So, yeah. Anyway... Yeah, that's it pretty much. I mean, we got the moon is insane. I think from here on out, every single run's gonna have the moon. This thing is the most powerful thing in the game, in my opinion. I don't think there is anything better than this right now, as it gives you, first of all, free magnetism. That's the part that I love the most. Straight up, you get this thing, boom, you got magnetism. And also, this thing forces you, instead of gaining magnetism, that doesn't really give you anything other than the fact that you can pick up the magnets, the XP. This at least forces you to get the crown, which gives you more XP, so it's not even that much of a bad item. Because at the end of the day, a tractor doesn't do anything other than give you the XP. So if you can pick up the XP for free, then why would you pick up a tractor? But Labora, yeah, no, who cares about Labora? I mean, I think Labora is one of the good items, by the way. Based on me seeing high score runs having Labora, but otherwise, I don't know. Anyway, I really like the fact that they're still buffing this game. Patching this game, not buffing. And yeah, I think that is going to be it. Once again, thanks for all the Patreon supporters, really helps out. And yeah, if you want to help me out without, becoming a patron, you just drop a like. As always, helps out the channel. And if you want to talk about anything I said, which would be the space and feelings thing you might want to experience, bungee jumping, is it gonna be underwater, is it space, is it flying, is there any kind of feeling you want to experience? By the way, experiences that I felt like these last 2 years, for example, are jet skiing and skiing. Like, these two things I've never done in my life, and if you go jet skiing, it's so awesome. By the way, if you ever go jet skiing just because I just mentioned it, press the gas to the max. Like, the first time I went there, I was like, oh, vroom, 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 vroom. No, just press the gas to the pedal to the pedal, and then you're gonna see how awesome jet skiing is. Just all the time, full gas all the time. If you ever go to jet skiing, random thing here. And yeah, think that's it. And the other thing I talked about was the dog thing. So if you want to point like anything out or just say anything, add anything, or disagree with me because I'm a bad parent. By the way, the dog isn't mine. It's just like it's in the same house that I am. So I just have my opinions. I have opinions about a bunch of things that do not relate to me. So that's me, man. Being negative and positive and just nagging and telling everything about anything and all the time commenting about things. Anyway, yeah, let's not digress here as always. So let's end the video here. Once again, if you enjoyed, I'm happy because I definitely like the run. I really love the new item. I'm not sure I'm gonna do another run on Vampire Survivors until the next patch drops. Now, depending on how good this goes, I might do just one more. I mean, I don't know. I could do a meme run on Ilmoise. Although, honestly speaking, I think I'm gonna do a meme run on Ilmoise when the meme date comes, which, if you think about it, it's a specific date that is about to come in about 20 days. I have a bunch of plans for that day. I hope most of them are gonna pan out because I'm setting myself up to fail. Anyway, yeah, that is going to be it. So once again, thanks for watching and see you guys around.